Good morning, everyone, and so glad to be here for our big conference meeting, especially for developer. And so today I want to share something about more technical vision, architecture, and also want to discuss with you, especially for the technical community, what is future of the blockchain infrastructure, and what kind of things we have done, what kind of things we are doing, and what kind of things we can do together with the technical community. I'm Jun Li, is the founder of Ontology, also is co-founder of OnChain. OnChain is one of the earliest blockchain technology company. Maybe 3 years ago, we have built that for the technical service for blockchain part. So first part is always people asking why Ontology as public blockchain infrastructure have two kinds of platform. One is blockchain infrastructure, include smart contract or dispute ledgers. And another we call it as trust collaboration platform. What is that? Why you need two platforms as the infrastructure for blockchain? So today I want to talk about the second topic, the trust platform first, because maybe that is can figure out questions, what is future, the blockchain can be infrastructure in next phase, compare with the internet-based platform. So the question is, first is, we already talked about a lot of times, is about blockchain, no matter the technology, infrastructure, or industry become mainstream or not. We have a lot of hot topic about blockchain globally, in China, in Korea, in Japan, United States, Europe, Southeast Asia. But we have to figure out that is, maybe currently, blockchain is still not a mainstream industry, compared with the internet-based, like the Google, Facebook, Amazon, etc. The question is, why that? When we review that, we have a lot of trading, token, and when you check the daily life or our real business scenario, you will find seems no those kind of blockchain application running those kind of business scenario running on blockchain infrastructure. So the question is coming is why this kind of situation? What kind of infrastructure we need for blockchain in next decades or in the futures? The key thing is we want a new infrastructure compared with internet-based infrastructure is needed to integrate it different kind of trust source, no matter the centralized or decentralized. Maybe people will always talk about the blockchain, the decentralized service will replace the centralized service in the next phase. But maybe the question is integration, not replacement. We still need those kind of centralized service work together, but we need a decentralized approach to integrate those kind of service together, to build a trust system. That is keyword, trust, the bridge linked to the real world. But when we think what kind of value the blockchain can really provide, maybe the only one word, trust. If compared with the system, performance, and the security level, and many different kind of conditions, centralized system is better than blockchain infrastructure. So what kind of value, or only value the blockchain can provide is only one word, trust. Even the word have talked about many times. Almost every topic talk about the trust. But when we deeply think about that, where the trust come from, how we build the trust right now, you will find it's actually complex things. So we talk about a little bit about the dimensions of the trust. First dimension maybe you're already familiar with, based on the technology. From this kind of the biometrics or electronic signature, or the Bitcoin or the blockchain. That means we can build the trust only based on the technology, like the Bitcoin. No the government, no organization, no enterprise behind it. We only trust the technology. Why we think blockchain is kind of revolution technology? Because that is the first time in our history, human being history, we build the trust, whole complex ecosystem, only based on the technology. But the question is coming again, is those kind of trust on technology is good enough or not? Maybe not. When you review your real assets, like your house, your apartment, your certificates, or other kind of bank account. Which kind of trust protect those assets for you is from the legal system in different countries, not only technology. Just I always say the example, we want to tokenize everything, tokenize the desk, tokenize everything assets. When you tokenize that, you can do the trading on the blockchain. Issue that I can send my token, the desk token to you. But when I reject send the desk to you in a real world, what kind of things you can depend on? Maybe you need to find your lawyer. You need to depend on the legal system in different countries. Not only in kind of blockchain platform. They cannot help you. So you will find almost more than 80 or 90% assets or trust source from different legal systems in different countries. But the technology plus the legal system covers all those kind of trust, still not. They cannot cover a lot of different collaboration, especially in this decentralized world. We have another kind of trust is from communities, people by people. I trust you, you trust me. We can be friends. We can trust each other, build some collaboration, no matter in business or in some community or in some social networking. That is kind of reputation, this kind of trust, people by people. But one thing's challenge for this kind of trust, this trust is very earliest trust. In the ancient ages, no technology, no the legal system. We depend on the trust between people and people to do the collaboration or cooperation. But those kind of trust cannot be used in a large scope because building those kind of community or people-based trust is time-consuming things and with a high cost. So a lot of efforts doing that. For example, the PGP or ID 2020 want to build this kind of community-based trust based on the technology. But what kind of opportunity for blockchain? So blockchain maybe currently is the best infrastructure, have those kind of potential opportunity to integrate it, all those dimensions of trust. They can use a decentralized infrastructure to integrate it, the technology-based trust, like Bitcoin or smart contract. You use a private key, private your any assets. And also you can integrate it, the legal system trust, the single trust source together to build this kind of trust package. And they also have a chance to build a decentralized social networking, decentralized community-based reputation system to build those kind of trust together in one infrastructure. And more importantly, compare with a centralized internet-based infrastructure like Facebook or Google, that is controlled by one company. Every individual or medium small company, you also know those kind of tools, help you to manage or protect your trust, your data, your information by yourself. But blockchain, as a decentralized public structure, they have opportunity to support those kind of trust for that. But the question is still coming. Okay, the idea is quite good. We have a good vision for that. The question is how to do that. What kind of things, what kind of infrastructure we need to build to support that? Is Bitcoin or Ethereum or other kind of infrastructure? Which kind of infrastructure can be done or support this kind of vision in next day? So maybe currently the DApps, decentralized action, not good enough for everything. When you want to build a decentralized application linked to a real business scenario, you find, okay, I need a lot of fundamental modules to support us. For example, I need identity. The identity not kind of centralized identity to prove your nationality, prove your work experience. A lot of information need to be proved yourself. The information, the identity, the information from a background, education background, the work experience, even your some reputation in different communities, from your friends, from your family, and from your colleague. And also, in this way, every entity, include people or include things, objects, content, they have the data need to be exchanged or need to be integrated or collaboration, do the collaboration or those kind of cooperation in different business scenarios for that. And also, we need the value transaction, create a different virtual content and the different distribution process for that, and build the collaboration process across organizations, across countries, across different communities. So all those kinds of modules cannot be done by one decentralized application. If you find, okay, I want to build an application to support so many kind of scenarios, I need to build lots of fundamental modules. All those modules is very high cost to build that. So that's why we need this kind of new infrastructure to support this kind of module, to build the bridge linked to the real business scenario and the blockchain infrastructure. So we call this bridge, called this Trust Collaboration Platform. They actually include a lot of modules to support common module or fundamental modules to support those kind of bridge to link together. For example, I have listed 2 examples of that. One is identity. In ontology, we call him is Distributed Identity Framework, ONTID, is decentralized DID system. And another is data exchange, DDXF, data exchange protocol. I just show that as example. Of course, beside that kind of modules, you still can have more modules like reputation and like the distributed contract signature service, etc. All those things is one to link different trust source in your blockchain infrastructure. For the identity part, you can find I can build my own trust package by the distributed identity framework. I can easily link to the trust source in the centralized trust source, maybe from government, from enterprise, from some the centralized companies to support and to verify different information for me. I also can provide link to different information, my personal information, or my own verification and own kind of service from my friends, from my community. All those information can be integrated together. Or also, I can link to my digital assets account, for example, Bitcoin or Ontology or Ethereum. You can prove, okay, this account is from me. So that means this time you can use a decentralized identity framework to link together or integrate the technology-based trust and the legal system-based trust, community-based trust together. And those kind of process managed by yourself, you can link that. Beside that, you can link currently trust source. Also, you can build new trust source by yourself. For example, the verifiable client. You can list some client message by yourself. For example, I'm a blockchain architect or I'm a blockchain developer. But only list your own client information is not good enough. You can find different friends, community to support your client on blockchain. That means you build this kind of verifiable information by yourself. Those kind of information in before is difficult to be verified because I can announce, okay, I'm an architecture. People need to ask a lot of professional questions to prove that. But currently, you can list that, and a lot of different things prove for you. You can build your reputation on blockchain. Even you introduce yourself, different personal information for others, they can easily verify those kind of information in blockchain. That means the first time you can build your own trust information by yourself. That means you can build out a trust package by yourself. You can prove yourself in different area, different industry, different scenario. And beside that, the centralized service still exists. It's not been replaced. We need integrated centralized service. For example, in China, CFC is biggest financial industry, the verification service, or Identity Mind is global, the KYC service. Those all is centralized service. You still can integrate them together as a decentralized service. Whenever you want to use which kind of centralized service or decentralized service to prove yourself, you can easily choose that. And every kind of verification record or package still can be compared or stored in the blockchain, can be reusable again. So you needn't do the KYC again and again in different business scenario or different industry. One-time verification, you can use many times, reusable. That is low cost for the most situation for that. And also you can use user, manager, protect, manage yourself for personal data. Personal data is still in the source. That means, for example, the GDPR regulation in Europe, that is, okay, it's quite challenging, difficult things for internet-based company like Facebook. You cannot use personal data to do your commercial, the operation. But a blockchain, everyone control the data by themselves. That is meet different regulation in next phase. That also is chance blockchain-based infrastructure to compare with the internet-based centralized infrastructure for that. So behind that is, you can find is, okay, when we have the identity management for people, not only for people, you also can use for the things, for objects, for virtual content, article, the picture, the audios, videos, or you can have their life cycle, their identity. And all those entity, behind the entity, you have the data behind that. You can have a distributed data exchange framework. All the data actually link to a specific entity, maybe people, maybe objects. For example, every car have his life cycle for that. You can easily to verify the data and take all together. For example, the AI training, you need a lot of data from different data sources. Currently, we are in big data age, but we face a lot of challenge for big data collaboration. The data is your own assets. No one wants to sharing the data with others. And another thing is, when we use your data, how you prove your data is true or not. Maybe your data is not true. I cannot verify that. So blockchain can be kind of the connector or verify to help you to do the data collaboration. So the distributed data exchange framework, you can easily to do the data exchange, or it can support you open your own data exchange above those kind of framework in different industry, in different the countries, in different areas. So that is supported. And those protocol as infrastructure can add a lot of the crypto or security level protect, and also can provide specific storage service or mechanism to help your data. The storage can be the centralized security storage or decentralized like IPFS or decentralized storage to do that, to support the data exchange for that. So that is things we are doing. It still include other reputation, just I mentioned, the credit score modules or the dispute, the signature and the service. All those link, you find, okay, I have a bridge, can link to a reward. When we develop the apps on a platform, the blockchain infrastructure, the apps not only can support this kind of token-based, digital assets-based application, also can link to a real business scenario, real business transaction, real business case. And when you have conflicts or issues for this case, they still can be supported by the off-chain legal system or off-chain community-based the collaboration process. So only those kind of infrastructure can help blockchain can be the mainstream infrastructure to impact or support our daily life and the business case. But beside the trust platform, what kind of infrastructure level we should do? If not only we need to support a real business scenario, a lot of large scope, you will find, okay, decentralized platform or infrastructure, they have a lot of issues, difficult challenges we are facing. The most two important facing the issues or challenges, one, of course, is performance. Another, actually, people also talk about performance. We have talked a lot about scalability, how to do the different layer for the blockchain, and to be the flexible and to be more scalability. But when we do the real business support for country in the real case, we figure out another important issue as well. That is customization. Specific requirements from different industry. If you're owning one fixed, stable blockchain infrastructure with stable consensus models, with stable permission policy, with stable process, a lot of industry have their specific requirements. They want to do the customization not only decentralized application level, but also the infrastructure level. You need to support those kind of infrastructure in customization for different industry. So that is we do another kind of architecture redesign in the infrastructure level. We call it chain network, multiple chain. They have a different level. One, of course, in my mentions, we still can use several layers, layer 1 or layer 2, to have the scalability, to help keep the high performance for that. But only one those kind of blockchain, you still have its limitation for that. If you want to do the customization, you also can build, not only build your own decentralized application, you need to support a different industry or business scenario, build their own specific public blockchain as well, with different consensus model, with different storage mechanism, with different peer-to-peer protocols as well. So, but you will find out the ways to do the cooperation or interaction between the blockchains. When we talk about interaction, mostly it's talk about, for example, digital assets exchange, cross-chain, or some of the consensus process. But actually, the different cross-chain protocols, just like the relationship between countries, not only one kind of relationship. We need different kind of protocols in different scenarios. For our, we design several levels. For example, we can do the identity mapping. We can have the same account system, identity mapping together to do that cross-chain. And another more deep level, we can have the digital assets exchange cross-chain together, or data exchange cross-chain. And more deeply level, we can build a consensus mechanism integration with a third-party chain or with kind of the reusable validator group to do that. So we not only need one protocols to do the cross-chain, we need a protocol group that when you build your own public blockchain with your industry, you also can figure out which kind of cross-chain protocol is more better for me to do the interaction with others. That is not same protocol. So everyone can choose their own suitable protocol to work each other together. And beside that, we can talk about another important topic, is governance. Because people think it's okay, if we want to support the mainstream, the business scenario, we only care about performance. The governance may be not so important, or decentralized level may be not so important. But if you lose the decentralized level, the blockchain is know its value. Why we use blockchain? We want to keep the decentralized level. We want to keep a transparent process, governance mechanism to have people to trust it. So governance model is quite important. But how to find balance? There is no magic. I don't believe those things we have a very good decentralized level and also we have very good high performance. No those kind of magic. What kind of things you can do, only you can do is find balance between that. You need to keep this kind of transparent process so that people know how to join the governments, how to join the consensus models, and keep your decentralized level, and keep performance to improve the performance, use different ways. But that is key important. So the transparent mechanism is quite important for that. So for our do that, I just show some our experience for that. We design a new consensus mechanism called VBFT. They actually want to find a balance between that. Keep a performance and also want to have a decentralized level. People, even individual people, also can join the consensus module. Everything is transparent. Every people can monitor others. Every people can work together each other to build a consensus membership system for that. And another important topic is about how to design the token economy. People maybe think, okay, token economy is not important. Maybe we can just like Ethereum, we can use utility token to use that is enough. But the question is, the people support your infrastructure. Why they invest your token? That is key things. If you just a utility token, like the currency, the dollars, US dollars, why I need to invest to you? I want to invest a token. They can increase the value with your ecosystem enlarged. So the design is quite important. Most utility token design, they will increase supply every year. For example, EOS or Ethereum will increase 5% every year. Those kind of increased supply maybe will impact the token value. So people always want to have a fixed, stable amount about the token. But the question is coming, if you have a fixed amount token design, the price higher will increase your cost for use your infrastructure. So how to balance that? So ontology's design is dual token. Dual token, one utility, one governance. The utility token and governance all is a fixed number. They can keep your, okay, I don't worry about increasing the supply. But how to keep that? The utility token can be circled again and again. They can use to a pool and return to the governance model, the token holders. And again, but not like the security. You need to use a token to join the consensus governance process. You can get a reward. So those kind of circle can help build a good token economic. Not only keep the token's value in the long term, the people can get value, get benefits or profits with your ecosystem enlarged in the long term, in the future. But also you can keep a low price when those developers or those applications use your infrastructure. You find a balance between that. Of course, in some specific, like the service fee, you can import some stable coin system or mechanism to help them. That is another story. So I think I want to highlight one thing is token economic for the blockchain infrastructure is quite important. That is reason people why support you or invest you for that. And another thing, modularized consensus module. That's why I talk about support people to build your own public blockchain. You can choose different consensus modules. Not only, for example, our mandate use VBFT to do that, but you can use ontology framework with depots, with the POW, with other BFT-based consensus mode for your own public blockchain. That means modularized. The modularized not only for the consensus module, also for the smart contract mechanism, for the storage mechanism, for the peer-to-peer protocols. You can choose different kind of modules, build your own public blockchain very easily, and link together to the interaction with other blockchains. And the smart contract, I don't want to use, you can choose different. That's why the ontology, the version 1, is become an architecture as a matrix, not only in one platform, include the infrastructure, like the blockchain or blockchain framework and the interaction protocols, and also include the trust platform, modules and protocols, identity, data, reputation system modules, and common applications to do that. Those kind of matrix service is new generation of infrastructure to help you build your own dApps or public chains directly support real business scenario in different areas. You needn't to link different KYC service, different trust source. We will do that for you. You can reuse the infrastructure directly for that. And finally, I want to talk about today's developer community conference. The community, what I want to highlight one thing is, ontology will have 10% tokens, owning reward for the technical community. So that is the largest percentage in the whole blockchain, public blockchain, the project. And we welcome any kind of contribution joining that. So we already have a lot of the technical community contribution. Be there, list, and you can be part of them. If you have any new idea, and welcome to join the proposal, your proposal. We will support you with reward and the community for that. And finally, I want to highlight one thing. What kind of things, what kind of application you can do, all those kind of new infrastructure. I want to highlight one thing, don't issue token for trading only. We want you to build your real application in different industry, no matter the identity, data exchange, collaboration system, financial system, or other virtual content system. You can figure out different new business modules or mechanism or collaboration process in this kind of new platform for the identity part, for data exchange, and for the collaboration, and for the inclusive financial service for that. And that's one thing is we can do is, if we want to support and let blockchain infrastructure to be the mainstream infrastructure like the internet base, we have to build the application to support our real business, our real daily life, our real scenario in our life. So we want to do together, to work together to build that kind of, let those kind of vision come true. And thanks for you. Okay.